First video, so nervous. Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Diana. I just turned 25 years old actually, but I still feel 20 on the inside. I was born and raised in California, but I've been living in Germany for 3 years now. And I'm also HIV positive. Shocker, right? Well, actually probably not because the title says it anyway, so yeah. But there it is. I said it. It's online now. It's on the internet. It's forever on YouTube, for better or for worse. Yeah. All right, great. So that's it. No, I'm kidding. Well, just looking at me, you probably can't even tell I have HIV. I mean, what does someone with HIV even look like? I'm actually also wondering if you are thinking like, wow, how did she get it? What was she up to? Who did she have to sleep with to get it? And honestly, this is just the wrong approach because HIV doesn't discriminate and anyone can get it. So it doesn't even matter. But long story short, I was actually born with it. I did not have any choice at all for that matter. My mom gave it to me when I was born. I wasn't diagnosed with it until I was 2.5 years old. And ever since, I've been taking my medication. I'll address the elephant in the room. No, I don't have AIDS. I never had it and I never will. They're a little bit different. I'll explain later. The other question you might have is also, am I going to die? This is pretty valid and the answer is yes, but when everyone else does. So I'll still be able to live a very long and healthy life. Then you might be wondering, how has HIV affected me growing up? Simply put, I actually just ignored it for most of my life. I lived the life I would have lived if I didn't have HIV, and I continue to do so. I am just like you guys. I went to school, I had friends, I still have friends. I went to college, and now I'm doing my PhD here in Germany. So in this regard, HIV has never stopped me from doing whatever it is I wanted to do. I'm still Diana. I just need to take one pill in the morning, this one right here, and go to the HIV doctors. And because I take my medication, my viral load has been undetectable ever since I can remember, which means that if you tried looking for HIV in my body, there's no way at all that you're gonna find it because it's so suppressed that tests can't even pick it up. To prove it, I have my lab results here. As you can see, HIV negative, which is German for negative in case you didn't get that. What this means is if my viral load is undetectable, I cannot spread it to anyone sexually with or without a condom. Say what? That's right, you heard me. If anyone is HIV positive but they take care of themselves by taking their medication and their viral load is undetectable, they cannot spread it to their sexual partner. Amazing. And we call this U equals U or undetectable equals untransmittable. I bet you didn't know that, but hey, you learn something new every day. So there you go. All right, so I can't infect my partner, I can't give it to my children, and I'll still be able to live a very long and healthy life. At this point, HIV is no longer the death sentence it once was. It's just like any other chronic illness you can think of, like asthma, diabetes, heart disease, you name it. The thing is, not many people know this, and I want to make it easier for people like me, HIV positive and all, to disclose their status without feeling very, uncomfortable. Everything I've said so far makes it sound like it's not a big deal, like it hasn't been a struggle or anything like that. I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't true. It's been a journey and it still is. I mean, for starters, the medication had side effects on my body, which made it difficult to deal with. And of course, the most obvious thing is telling sexual partners that you're HIV positive, because that's just a ball in the park. They always say this, and I will reiterate it because it is so true. It is not HIV itself that's the problem, it's the stigma that it carries. For example, I didn't even tell my closest friends until just recently because I was scared of rejection. Would they still see me as Diana or as this person with HIV? But oh man, telling sexual partners is a whole nother story. I mean, let me ask you this. If someone came up to you that you're seeing and they told you they're HIV positive, how would you react? Please be honest about this. Exactly my point. If I was telling someone, I would never know how they would react. Would they just walk right out the door? Would they not want to listen to me? Would they be open to listening to me? They told me they liked me before, but now suddenly not? Okay, great. Also, you can't just Google this. I tried. Like, how do you tell someone you're HIV positive? When do you tell someone you're HIV positive? What if you didn't tell them before you had sex? Because We're all human and we make mistakes. Yeah, I mean, Google will tell you one thing and it's like, yeah, I know I made a mistake, but now what do I do? Thanks a lot, Google. So why did I come out with this? I could have easily just not, and it's really weird talking in front of a camera and trying this whole YouTube thing. But you know, I just want to stop the stigma, I want to educate people, and I just want to normalize what it's like to be living with HIV in today's society. Actually, not even with HIV, but with STDs in general. Because I feel like society has kind of conditioned us to think that people with STDs are not allowed to have sex at all. That is so not true. We are still allowed to have sex, and we have this notion that we can't be loved, which is also not true and just not fair to us. It's not like we have to be wearing the scarlet letter all the time. So to sum it up, I just want those who are positive to see a face of someone who also has it, who's going through the same stuff, who's learned a lot along the way, and hopefully I can share my experiences and you can learn from it because I have learned from my own experiences. And I also want to be an educator on this for people who are negative so that they can learn more about this. Because as they say, knowledge is power. And I'm just still waiting for that moment that when I tell someone, they're just like, oh, cool, okay, I already know a lot about it. Thanks for sharing. That's my ideal world. I'm keeping this video short because it's just my coming out intro video, whatever you want to call it, first video, but there's a lot more to share. Like I said, remember, I grew up with it, so that means 25 years and counting of stories, experiences, good and bad, mistakes, everything, all of the above. I want to treat this channel like my diary, like my how-to guide, like an educational platform, and I really hope you join me for this journey because, yeah, that's all I can ask for. I will try approaching this with like a YouTube-y touch to it because I want to make it more fun and accessible to people so they don't get bored with this information. I already have a few things in mind for video ideas. For example, I asked my friends some HIV questions, so they sent me video responses, so I'll compile all of that together. I also thought it'd be funny if I did some kind of Tinder experiment where I put HIV positive in the description and see what happens there. I'd also want to just go on the university campus and just bump into people and be like, oh hey, did you know anything about this? Of course, this would be when the whole situation gets a little bit better and resolves itself. And since I'm in Germany, I'd love to try out some videos in German, because warum nicht? But above everything, I just want to have fun with this, and I hope at least one person gets something out of this. Yeah, and that's my goal. And before I forget, I just have one quick disclaimer. I am by no means a health professional in this field. I do not research this for my PhD. I am not tied at all to the scientific community. And it was in this moment I realized I lost all credibility. I'm not tied professionally wise to this topic. That being said, I did grow up with it. I learned a lot through the years. I just wanted to put out the disclaimer just in case someone claims I am, but I really am not. And with that being said, I hope you guys stay healthy and safe. I'll see you next time. Bye. Ciao.